Okay. Hey guys, it's Evangeline here, and welcome back to the channel for an updated version of the same video that I posted yesterday, but with more accurate information. So, again, this video is talking about Mellie and Mandy's polyamorous relationship, how they met, etc. Again, just as a reminder, they are polyamorous and they were with other partners before they even met each other. So, some parts that I got wrong, some parts that I got incorrect. So, if you don't know, Mellie is that character that I've had to change the birth year for like a couple of times. I had to change it for Delphine as well. But I'm happy with Delphine being born in 1980. And Mellie was supposed to be born in 81, but again, the timeline of their relationship didn't make sense. So, technically, technically, Melissa is older than Delphine, but by like 7 months. It made it easier for them to be born in the same year, but there are some things that are different. Like, for example, um, okay, so Melissa was born in 1980 along with her twin sister, Melinda. Melissa is a twin. She has a twin sister named Melinda, and several other sisters as well. They are the two eldest siblings in their family on their mom's side, which is why Mia carries the multiple gene, the gene for like twins, triplets, etc. Because Mia has a lot of children, and this is why, because her mom carries the carries a gene for multiples, which makes it more likely for her kids to have twins, triplets, quads, or quints, or sextuplets or more. Anyways, I'll make a separate video on that. How that works. How that fits into the storyline. So, Melissa was born in 1980 along with her sister Melinda. And, it's true that Mellie and Mandy did meet each other at a coffee shop. It is true that Mellie and Mandy met each other at a coffee shop in 98. Fun fact, another thing, Mandy went to college. And, Melissa didn't. Now, Melissa's family is like a huge generation of secret agents or spies, or like some type of agent. That's kind of what Mellie's family does. Except for Mia and Sophie and all of them. Except for like her kids, obviously, because they chose different career paths. But the thing with Melissa is Melissa comes from a long line of agents and secret spies, and they get to travel the world, and either help people or whatever. help people or like go on missions or whatever. That's kind of what Mellie does. It's kind of Mellie's job. Um, that's kind of what her family does, which is why they're so good at what they do. Um, they know a lot of tricks. Anyway, their relationship kind of moved a little fast. Now again, they are polyamorous and they did have other partners. So Amanda had Alice, Mellie had Shamara, and Amanda had Alice, Shamara, and probably and obviously Nettie, or Annette, and obviously Annette or Delphine probably wouldn't be here because that's Annette is Delphine's other biological mom. Or okay, so it's complicated, but they went through a circuit to get. It's complicated, but other than Bexy, they went through a surrogate to get their children, or not a surrogate. They went through not a surrogate. They didn't go through a surrogate. They went through IVF and fertility treatments to get their children. They didn't go through a surrogate. They didn't go through a surrogate at all to get their kids. But yeah, other than Bexy, that's kind of what happened. Oh yeah, and Alice has Quinn, but Alice has kids with Quinn, eventually as well. When they meet in college and stuff, or when they meet in college, because that's how Quinn and Alice met. Anyway, so Mellie was born in 1980 along with her twin sister Melinda, or Lindy as she's liked to be called. They met through mutuals at a coffee shop in 98 when, so basically, they had been together by the time that Mia was born, they had been together for 4 years, married for 2, okay? They'd been married for 2 years, give or take. So yeah, they got married in 99. So they were together for 2 years, or they were married together for 2 years, and they were actually together as a couple for 4. Anyway, so what makes this confusing is that I had a lot of my characters graduate from school early. Now, Amanda didn't graduate from school early. She graduated on time from school. Like, she graduated, at 18, like everyone else would. Like, some people graduate from school at 17, some at 18, but the thing that probably throw a lot of people off is that I had a lot of my characters graduate from school early. I had a lot of my characters graduate from school early. So anyways, let's continue. So, yeah. Mellie has a twin sister named Lindy. They were born in 1980, in April of 1980. They were born in April of 1980. Melissa and Mandy got married in April of 99. By the time Mia and Sophie were born, they were together for 4 years and married for 2. Um, yes, Mellie is older than Delphine, as I've said before, by like 7 months. Um, Delphine is an October, Delphine has an October birthday. Fun fact, Delphine's birthday is actually coming up very, very, very soon. Yes, Delphine's actual birthday is coming up very, very soon. So, yeah. Anyway. Um, yeah, Delphine's birthday in real life is actually coming up soon. So, anyway, they were together for 4 years, married for 2. Mellie's older than Delphine. As I've said before, they are poly at the time. They were with different people. They are still poly. Poly meaning polyamorous, which means, one has multiple, one has multiple love interests, multiple love partners. Same with Mia and Dee Dee. So that's kind of, same with Mia and Dee Dee and a couple other characters. Same with Mia, Dee Dee, and Ryder, and like a couple other characters that are, of the community. Yeah, they were with different people. Mel and Dee Dee were never interested in each other. Like I'd get people like reading the books and being like, why are Melissa and Dee Dee the same age? Like that's it's a little but like Delphine was never interested. Delphine never looked at Melissa that way ever. Like she never looked at Mellie that way. And by the way, Delphine literally graduated Delphine graduated from high school in 1996. She graduated 2 years early because because she wanted to start a family. They took, obviously, her family takes, the family, just in general, takes like, readiness courses to get ready for the next school year. So, like literally every single year, that's what they do. They take readiness courses in the summer. She took like 2 readiness courses, and she took 2 readiness courses for her. She finished off her junior year. She started her senior year in or what was it? Her either her junior. No, she was going into her junior year. She finished her junior year early, and then she started her senior year through the readiness program that they had at the school they were going to, which Mia and everyone in the family attended. Pretty much. They didn't skip a grade, by the way. Like none of them skipped a grade. They just took advantage of this like readiness program that they've had for several years, and like the credits transferred over at the beginning of the school year, and they would just continue with what they were working on from the past few months or like whenever they started the program to the actual school year, and then they finish the school year, graduate. They finish all 4 years, graduate, whatever. Also, okay, so yeah, Delphine did this like readiness program thing, and she did online school. So she graduated 2 years ahead of her class, which was the class of 98, but she graduated in 96. And Mellie graduated in 97, in like 97 or early 98. Like, she had enough credits to graduate in December, but she finished in January and graduated like several months early. She graduated in January of 98, like several months early. Usually they graduate in probably like June or the last week of May, because in the book series, school for them starts in September. That goes for like, let's see, elementary school, like elementary, middle school, high school, and college, as well as, trade school courses, but you can take them early and be done with them, like, if they wanted to. So, yeah. But yeah, Mellie never attended college, but she did get an education after high school. It's not that she didn't want to go to college. I mean, college isn't for everyone, and I stand by that statement. Yeah, college isn't for everybody. I stand by that statement. She did a lot of things. She worked. She'd had a job since she was like 16. She'd had a job since she was like 16. She got a work permit at 15, or maybe like she started work at 16. Right when she could. Right when she could, she started work at 16. At this like academy place, and she met Brooke. Okay, so the thing with Brooke is, okay, Brooke is a twin as well. Now, Brooke is one of Melissa's best friends in the whole world. Her kids call her, Melissa's kids call both Brooks Aunt Brooke. Like, they're not actually like related to each other, but they grew up together. Their kids grew up together, especially Mia and Bailey. And then like they grew up together. Like they, Bailey called Mellie mom, all the time, because like, again, they were together like all the time. They met each other through, their parents, obviously, and then they got into figure skating, and they got into figure skating together with Fallon and stuff like that. And then later on they all met. They all meet. Okay, spoilers. Please go read the newest book that I dropped, because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah. Then they all met. What's her face? Then they all met like. Then they all met Miller. Later on. Sorry for spoilers. Please go read the book. I don't want to spoil anything. The book is called When Mia Met Miller. I'm loving writing it so far. Anyways, so yeah, that's basically, their timeline. That's kind of their timeline. I probably have more to say on this. But yeah, they are like they're very family oriented people, as I've said. They love their family. They love a big family. You know, they love their big family. Um, Pretty much all of them had jobs. Pretty much all of the family members had jobs when pretty much all the family members had jobs when they were able to, when they first found out they were able to work. Delphine had, some odd jobs here and there until she, mainly her jobs were probably like, I don't know, dance teacher job, like assistant dance teacher jobs or whatever. She probably had other jobs, but you know, she okay, I'm guessing like back in the 90s she was like she was like a dance instructor. She got a job in 96. She was a dance instructor before she got pregnant with her daughter Farah. And then basically was very active throughout her whole pregnancy with Farah. And then it was later on. It was like way later on when Delphine became a fashion designer, but like she had a natural talent for designing, but her one of her true passions was like dance. Delphine is a dance instructor, etc. Like she does a lot of things, but mainly her main job from when she was like 14, probably like 14 onwards was working as a working as a dance coach, working as a dance coach, a dance instructor, under the watchful eye of her, under the watchful eye of her bosses. And then she opened then she opened a place when she turned like 17 or 18, and she's been working at, she's been like running that place ever since, on top of like, working at, on top of working at dance clubs, and such. And then she became a fashion designer like way later on. I'll get into that later, like in a different video later. So yeah, that was pretty much all I had to say on the updated video. But yeah, they, Mellie and Mandy got together, got together as a group, like, got together as a group, and, as a poly couple, they had kids. They had kids from previous relationships. Like, okay, I don't care that Delphine and Bexy are technically Mia's half siblings. Like, I don't care. Like, they don't believe in half siblings or full siblings. You're just siblings. Like, they don't care. They don't care about like the whole half sibling, full sibling thing. They're just siblings. That's kind of how their family is. They don't care. Like Delphine's like, that's my baby sister. I helped raise her. I took care of her. I literally helped raise this kid. I literally helped raise her for
like 18 years. Like that's literally how Delphine thinks. Okay, like they don't believe in like half siblings. They don't believe in half siblings or full siblings. They just call them like, that's my brother or sister. That's my sibling. That's my son. That's my daughter. Whatever. That's my child, whatever. They also don't believe in like step parents. They probably like call them like bonus kids, or like just that's my kid. Like that's one of my kids. That's probably how they think. Or like that's my bonus child, or like these are my bonus kids. That's probably how they think. And so they're a big blended family. They end up having a lot more. Mellie and Mandy end up having a lot more children together. Um, ending on a set of twins, actually. I hate to like ruin anything. I hate to like ruin anything or spoil anything, but they end on a set of twins. Yeah, they have a set of twins. Mellie and Mandy have a set of twins together, and mainly they end on a set of twins because they want to enjoy being grandparents. They want to enjoy being parents and grandparents more than like focusing on bringing another baby into the world. Now, I may give Mellie and Mandy more. I may give the couple more children, but I don't know yet. Like, they have a lot of kids. They have a lot of kids together, including the kids that Alice has with Quinn, which is Alice's ex-wife. Now, they still very much love each other, but they feel like, Alice and Quinn's divorce was private. They wanted to stay, they wanted to stay friends. They wanted to stay friends with, they wanted to stay, friends and maybe date each other, date each other from time to time. But, marriage worked out for them for a little bit, and then just, they didn't feel like they were meant to be married. But Quinn kept Alice's last name. Quinn took Alice's last name, which is Becker. Other than Quinn, I don't think Alice ever really got married. Other than Quinn, I don't think Alice had any other, relationships that resulted in marriage. Marriage just wasn't for her. She dated a couple people, marriage wasn't for her, but she was very committed. She was very committed to her partner. She still is. Fair game for everybody. Anyway, yeah. Mellie and Mandy have a couple more children. They end on twins. They end on twins for now. But mind you, remember, Mellie has a multiple gene from being a twin herself. Now, Mellie has a twin named Melinda. Okay? Now, if Mellie were to have more children, if Mellie were to have more babies, she would run the risk of another multiple pregnancy. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Mellie or Amanda having another multiple pregnancy, with multiples, but as the storyline goes on, into Mia's storyline, where Mia has her kids, where Mia has her babies, and I'm talking about all of her kids. I'm not just talking about Crystal, Claire, I'm not just talking about Crystal, Claire, both sets of her twins. I'm not just talking about that. Mia, out of all of them, Mia got the twin gene, Mia got the multiple gene bad. She got it bad, okay? Mia got the multiple gene so bad, okay? Let me tell you what happens. Okay, so as you all know, if you've read my if you've read my character name book, it's literally just of character names, Mia ends up having a full nest. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. Like, she got the gene bad. She got the multiple kid gene, and she got it bad. Like, I mean, bad. Okay, like Sophie has it too, but for the most part, her and Ashley. Okay, so Sophie has it too. Okay, so twins, and like multiple, like parents of multiples in the series. Okay, so Mellie is a twin. Mellie has an identical twin sister named Melinda. Ashley has a Ashley has an identical twin. Has an identical twin sister named gosh Ashley and like her Ashley and her twin sister, and her parents end up having 4 kids. Luckily, 2 of the last 2 are singletons, which are, if you don't know what singleton means, it just means one baby. So twins or a chance of multiples run very, very high in this family. So like Mellie and her sister are twins. Ashley and her sister are Ashley and her twin sister are twins. Ashley has her twin sister, which like gives Ashley a higher chance of having multiples with Sophie. Luckily, that hasn't happened yet. I might give them twins. I don't know. Like I don't know, but they do end up having 3 kids. Okay, they end up having their daughter Jade, and their daughter, and their other daughter, Hadlin B, and yeah, okay. So basically, Sophie and Ashley thus far have singletons, which are just one baby. But they do have a chance. They do have a high chance of having twins, triplets. They do have a high chance of having like twins or triplets, etc. So they have, they have their daughter Jade down the line. As they get older, they have their daughter Hattie. Hattie is short for Hadlin, by the way. They have their daughter Hattie, and then later on, Sophie will end up having, Sophie or Ashley, whoever decides to carry the 3rd child, will end up having a 3rd child, and I've already decided the gender for this baby. Like, I've already decided the gender for this baby. I've already picked the name out for this baby, for this 3rd baby that they will have. Maybe they'll have 4 kids. Maybe they'll stop at 3 after baby number 3. But I'm not sure. But yes, they do have a higher chance of multiples. Maybe they will have multiples at some point. It depends on how Sophie might feel after baby number 3, when baby number 3 comes along, like way down the line. Because I'm still focusing on 2012 right now, which was 10 years in the past. And Mia was, when Mia and Sophie and them were, the years that I'm focusing on right now are the 2000s and the 2010s. Those are the years that I am focused on right now, for the most part. Those are the years that I'm focused on in the series right now, for the most part. So, yeah, anyway, Mellie and Mandy made up their mind, on how many kids they want. Maybe they'll change their mind. I don't know. They're happy with the kids they have. They're happier being grandparents. They're happier being grandparents now, in the future. They're happier being grandparents now, in the future. But yeah, they had a lot of kids. They have a big family as is, so yeah, they're more focused. They're more focused on the grandparent thing, and you know, and then obviously like the others become grandparents, and so on and so forth. But yeah, that's kind of the timeline of Mellie and Mandy's polyamorous relationship, and stuff like that. And they are still married. They are still married to this day. Like, okay, characters that are still married in the series. Characters that I know are still married. Okay, so there's Mia and Max. Okay, there's Mia and Max. Those two are married. Those two are still married. You know, and they're gonna stay married. You know, the in-laws, they're still married. Mia's in-laws, which are Max and like their parents. So yeah, Dee Dee and Jake are still married. They've been married for like over 20 years. They've been married for like over 20 years, like 22 years. And yeah, they've been married for 22 years. And you know, they're still married. They're still going strong. They still love each other. You know, they still love each other. They still love all their partners. You know, they're not going anywhere. Me and Max are still married. Nixie and Vivi are still married. Nixie and Vivi are still married. Mellie and Mandy are still married. You know, like certain characters, I'm just like wanting them to stay married. Okay, like I'm just wanting them to stay married. Quinn and Alice, they were married for quite a long time before they got divorced privately. But you know, they still have that spark for each other. They still love each other, but marriage wasn't for them. So yeah, a lot of my characters are still very much married to each other. You know, Farrah and her wife are still married. Farrah and her wife are still married. Like a lot of the characters are still married, and like I'm just gonna keep them married. So yeah, that's how that's gonna be. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this updated version of this video with like correct, more accurate information. And I will catch you all in the next video. Bye guys.